Hi Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your spirit message reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will be listed and linked in the description box below. Now, before I begin this reading and clear the energy space, once again a reminder not to be scammed by anybody in the comment box pretending to be me offering you a reading. This person is not me. I will not be soliciting you for anything. Do not be scammed. With that said, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting ourselves feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Now let's let the bowls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Sagittarius, spirit message for Sagittarius, Sagittarius. Spirit message for Sagittarius, Sagittarius. Spirit message for Sagittarius, Sagittarius. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Awesome. And let's see here. Your chakra message. Sagittarius. Spirit message for Sagittarius. Spirit message for Sagittarius. Spirit message for Sagittarius. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. So we're starting here with soul's healing, and this is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above the crown. And then we have inner child, and this is the heart chakra. Okay. So there's a profound healing of the inner child that is going on, but also just of the inner self, all the baggage that we carry with us for so long. And there's a sense here of a purging, of a healing, of a coming together. So let's see. We have the 2 of Swords, and we have the World. We have the Magician, and we have the Empress. I love that. Okay. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Chariot. Now the Chariot represents Cancer energy, time frame June 21st to July 22nd. We have the 6 of Pentacles, and we have Judgment. Okay, this is big. Like, look how many major arcana cards. You have 2 non-major arcana, but you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major arcana cards in this reading. This time is not playing around. There is a intensity to it that is just, it is exquisite. It can also be completely overwhelming, okay? So let's start off with the soul's healing. This is the soul star chakra, again, located 6 inches above your crown. There is a sense of healing energy raining down on you. And you can kind of feel it. You can feel it really starting like the warmth in the top of the head, radiating down the body, the sense of meditative contemplation, the sense of healing within the self, the sense of power within the understanding, the sense of beauty coming forward and being healed towards that beauty. So you're going to see a lot of things that have been embittering the mind, clogging the spirit. Those things are starting to be purged from you, kind of going out through your feet, going into the earth to be cleansed, to be filtered, and then for the energy, the good energy, to come back up into existence again. So there is also this heart chakra, right, of the inner child. Now, the inner child, whenever this comes up, we need to address our inner child. We need to hold our arms open to the child that we once were and say that I love you. I hold you. I care for you. I need you. I trust you. So the inner child here is intrinsically important, especially as we face, excuse me, such a powerful time. So when we look at this inner child, when we visualize ourselves kneeling down and having this child run into our arms like little children do, and just give you that hug that's at that full body, I trust you so much, oh my gosh, you're awesome, sort of hug. And telling your inner child, I will always love you, I will always care for you, and I will always be there for you. Giving power to the child that lives within you. This is what we all need to do. Because no matter how idyllic the childhood was, and most of ours wasn't, right? We carry scars. We carry shames. We carry disappointments. And we can say this throughout life as we grow, as we learn, as we see things within us, and there becomes a clarity of hindsight. There is a sense of healing here. And there's a sense of accepting who we once were and loving who we once were, even though we were not perfect, even though we didn't always get it right. And there's a new path opening up with the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords shows us that we always thought of life, you can go one direction, you could go another. And this is so true. Like, you can be this or you can be that. And what you're going to find now is that there's a want for more. There's a want to take different paths that weren't imagined. There's a want to move forward in astounding ways. And there's the sense here that as we are walking our path, as we are living our lives, there's a time where we need to look at what we desire. We need to look at who we are and say, okay, I get it. And I can start to see paths that move me forward that I hadn't thought of before, that weren't even in my realm of consciousness. Now, it might not happen tomorrow or the next day, but Spirit is saying here, if you trust in me, if you look at things and say, Spirit, please guide me. If we, as the individual, don't sit in our own egos and say, going to work everything out, going to get all the answers, going to get it all done. But if we step back as the curious, puzzle-solving creatures that we are, and say, Spirit, show me, guide me, help me, open the doors for me. Usually the way these roads open, and I know that it's not what we want to hear, right? But it is through something that we think, oh my gosh, no. Like, absolutely no. I'm not doing that. That's so silly. Or, oh my gosh, now I have one more thing on my plate. This isn't the direction that I want to go in. What the heck is going on here? Fine, I'll do it. But just because, it might help me out a little bit. And we're going to be astoundingly surprised at the direction that we take because of this. And it moves us then to the world opening. The world opening in a way that it wasn't, because we were only seeing two paths. It's kind of like when we're in a fight and, each person wants to be right. And instead of saying, okay, listen, we both have valid points and I need to step back from this for a moment, we just continue to fight. That's what this is here. This is like, I see these two paths and I have to walk one of them, but for one reason or another, it's not right. And that closes the world to us because we're not supposed to be that person. We're not supposed to walk that path. That isn't our story. It isn't our truth. And so here with the world opening, it's like, oh, that's what it meant. That's where I was supposed to go. That's what I desired. That's what I needed. And it's like, oh, I didn't think of that before, or I didn't know that could be, or oh my gosh, wow. And the world, instead of us looking at the world and it seeing vast and overwhelming and not what we anticipated or wanted or expected, it's like, oh, there is so much more here than what I realized. I can have my stance within the world and embrace it with joy and prosperity and bounty and brilliance and beauty and truth. And there's a power here that's starting to be realized. And it takes you off the beaten track. It just really does. Sagittarius, it's like, can I do this? Like, can I walk forward this way? And it's not, quitting the job and joining the circus, but it's something extraordinary coming. And it leads us to the magician, as above, so below. As we believe it, so it becomes. What we focus on is what we get more of. So we have to be very, very mindful, especially during this time, because we're having the world open to us in a profound way. What we focus on, whether it be anger and upset and upheaval, whether it be beauty and joy and prosperity, whatever it is, what we focus on, we get more of. So if we're angry and we're focusing on anger, we will find more things to make us annoyed. If we are embracing beauty and joy, we will find more things to bring beauty and joy. As above, so below. As you believe it, so we become. And the magician I really think of as the alchemist. It is the person who understands that they can transmutate lead into gold. But that transmutation is an allegory. It is the unobtainable, but through the spirit. So it's the unattainable within the hand, within this earthly plane, but it is obtainable within the spirit. We can transform the ordinary into the extraordinary. But the thing is that your extraordinary and my extraordinary may very well be astoundingly different things. So why are we all trying to be the same? The magician understands the key values of himself. Okay? The magician looks at knowledge and prosperity and spirituality and passion and says, I see it. I get it. I get how it equates to me. And looks at the eternity over the throat chakra of the voice, of the power of calling. And we take the ordinary self and we transform into the extraordinary. We take the lead and we transform into gold, into something priceless. And it brings us to the Empress. And the Empress is the voice that was lost, is the power that wasn't seen, is the throne that was denied. And the Empress is the person where, as we call it, as we claim it, as we transform, says, this is me. This is what I want. This is what I need. This is where I'm going. This is who I am. And I lost me for so long. I lost the power of my voice. I lost the purpose of myself. I got bogged down by pain and hurt and the chaos of the world. And what other people wanted and what I felt would be denied to me. But now I open up my eyes. And I say, like hell will I back down. I claim my voice, I claim my throne, I claim my power, I claim myself. And it moves us to the Wheel of Fortune. It's a changing of fates. The Wheel of Fortune is saying that all things change. There's an end and there is a beginning to everything. And there's a new season to everything. We are stepping into a new season, and it might not be the season that we want right away, but it's the season that we need to be in right now. The Wheel of Fortune is the changing of ideas, is the greater understanding of self. It is knowing that there is beauty within each season of our existence. So we can be going from a spring to a winter, and it's like, oh wait, or from a summer to a winter, it's like, well wait, that's a shock. And during this time, we might think, well, all the beauty was taken out, wasn't it? There's beauty in winter, even though it tests us, even though it is cold, even though it's harsh. The Wheel of Fortune tells us to look at the changes, to look at the ups and the downs, because the Wheel of Fortune also will let us know that life is going to be like a roller coaster for a little bit. We don't know exactly where it is that we're headed or why it is that we're headed there and what the heck is going on at times, and we can feel astoundingly overwhelmed because of it. But the Chariot is taking the reins. Is taking the reins and saying, I see me. I know what I love. I know what I want. I know what I need. And I can charge forward. And that's a big deal. Because it's charging forward on this earthly plane. And it's embracing the heart, which people think is weak, right? We think to listen to our emotions, to embrace our sensitivity, that is a sign of weakness. But if we embrace our hearts through loving kindness and respect, understanding that the ego tries to take us in petty, complicated directions, but we know that we are the ruler of our emotional truth, we will charge forward to where it is that we truly need to be within our lives, within ourselves. And it brings us to the Six of Pentacles, to finding balance, to saying things need to be balanced because they weren't before. And that's at the root of all of this. It's like, it needs to be balanced. What I deeply desire and my responsibilities, they need to be balanced. What I want, what I long for, what I hope for, what I need within my life, it needs to be balanced. And I am doing this. I'm saying you can't give and give and give. And at the flip side, which nobody wants to hear, but we can't take and take and take. We need the balance. We need to look at ourselves and say, I need to be in harmony. I can't give to everybody. I just can't. And at times even, it's looking at the people that we have to recharge us. And Spirit's saying here, at times we need to step back and know that those people who recharge us, we cannot go to them as much because we need to draw the line to those who drain us. And I know that sounds cruel. It does. But what Spirit is saying here is that there needs to be a hurt that is stopped. There needs to be a balance that comes in. And it comes in not for anybody else, but for simply yourself. Where you start to see the strength, you start to see the justice within life and say, this is what I need, this is what I want, this is how I need to move forward. And you're not being witchy or, anything else. You're being who you need to be. And there's a power to that. And it brings us to the judgment, to the resurrection of soul and of self and the flying into our power. And it's coming out of the box. It's coming out of this place where we thought we were trapped. It's like I never would get to have my voice. I never would get to be the person that I want to be. And that fear, that comes from that. And now we embrace our resurrection. We embrace the stepping into our power, the opening up of our eyes, the passion, the fire of our truth. And it brings us to the subconscious chakra message, which is communication. And what Spirit is saying here right now, it's not the communication with everybody else. With this third chakra, it's the communication with Spirit. It's the seeing what your soul and your heart and your passion and your desire truly is. And it's the saying to Spirit, please guide me. Please guide me, because there is so much out here that I desperately want and need and long for, and I don't want to miss it. Our subconscious tarot message is the Ten of Wands. It is time to put down the burdens that have broken our backs, the burdens that we try to take up from other people and say, oh, don't worry, I'll help you out because I'm a nice person, right? And here, it's like, I can't keep on taking the burdens and taking the burdens and taking the burdens until there is nothing left of me. And it's time to put down what we carry and let our dreams shine. Let our voices shine. Let our hopes and our passions shine. We have the repeat of the number 10 now. And that's coming to the end of a cycle. What's really cool is we have 1, 2, 3. There's a progression here that you are going to feel. A pulling forward that first comes with a claiming. Claiming of the magic, claiming of the unique power of the individual self that embraces power that was lost, confidence that was destroyed. The roads become different after that. They really, really do. All right, Sagittarius. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we walk a new path and as we claim a new profound power. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Sagittarius.